Children are growing up online, but governments are increasingly questioning how early that journey should begin. What emerged as platform guidelines is rapidly turning into government regulation. At the end of 2023, only one OECD member was considering social media age restrictions. Less than 3 years later, that number has risen to 25. Australia has led the way, introducing a nationwide restriction for users under 16. Similar approaches are now being developed in countries including France and Norway, while the United Kingdom and Denmark are exploring their own versions of age limits and usage controls. Despite their differences, most countries are gravitating toward age limits of 15 or 16. Others, including Austria, Canada, Thailand and parts of the United States, are looking at thresholds of 13 or 14. So far, only Australia, Brazil and Indonesia have enacted laws. The remaining 22 countries are still consulting on proposals, a reminder that turning policy into law can take years. The debate remains highly controversial. Critics say mandatory age checks could increase data collection, reduce privacy and restrict free speech. Many believe decisions about children's social media use should remain with parents rather than governments.
As we know that every citizen has certain age to obtain the ID, certain age to obtain the passport, certain age to be able to vote, certain age for a lot of things. But then why do not we have a certain age to have an access to the social media? Well, that should be from, the government can do that. But if the government even does it, who will check that kid in the house? So it's the responsibility of the parents, because they are the one who are bringing them up. So they tell them each and every good and bad of the society and all that initially. And then it's the responsibility of the school he or she is going. And obviously the government has to take its own measures.
The United Nations has cautioned that blocking children from social media is no substitute for making platforms safer in the first place. In May, the UN Human Rights Office called on governments and technology companies to move faster to protect children online through stronger safeguards.
States need to require tech companies to embed safety into their platforms by design, instead of shifting the burden to parents and children. Whatever regulations are adopted, it is essential to avoid inadvertently causing further harms. For example, age verification done wrong can both fail at its goal and endanger the privacy of both kids and adults. Protection of children online needs to be done right.
Here in Azerbaijan, lawmakers are advancing amendments that would introduce age-based restrictions on social media use and clarify the responsibilities of platform operators. Under the proposed framework, children under 16 would not be permitted to register on social media platforms. Young people aged 16 to 18 would only be allowed access with the consent of a legal guardian. As countries work to make the internet safer for children, one thing is clear: age limits alone are not enough. Governments, parents and tech companies all have a role to play.